moment ago.
Movement on that curve right now is as best as it's looked all year long.
Treadwell pitching confidently out of the gates. Next one home. Curveball pushed into the opposite direction. Charging is Casarella. The one-hand scoop and throw.
Well, here's your chance. If the Woodpeckers score 6 runs tonight, all fans in attendance will win a free taco from El Cazador. If the magic number hits, fans will receive a coupon on their way out tonight. Coupons are redeemable at any of their locations here in Fayetteville. Say "We want tacos" with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. The Red Sox, Noah Dean.
Thanks for being with us in Fayetteville tonight. Andrew Chapman, Colin Casey underway at Segra Stadium. Red Sox go scoreless and down in order against Treadwell in the top of the first. Now it's time for Neomar Ochoa Jr. to lead it off for the Woodpeckers against the lefty starter Noah Dean. Dean out of the motion pitches. Misses up and outside on his first one at 88 miles an hour. Back-to-back nights that Fayetteville will see a lefty starter. First time all season that's been the case. Last night it was JoJo Ingracia going 5 innings, giving up just 1 run. Ochoa swings and misses, laid on a high fastball at 93. And it's quickly 1-1 on the Woodpecker leadoff hitter. Ochoa stands in batting .219 with a pair of home runs, 14 RBIs. He's usually been a middle-of-the-order hitter, but gets to lead off tonight. Swings at a pitch up and outside, falls behind 1-2.
And I think I know the reason for that, Chappie, because Ochoa has hit .346 against left-handed pitching this year, so get a little bit more of that contact towards the top. He has by far been the most successful hitter against southpaws in this lineup.
Yeah, so you want him stepping to the plate as much as possible. So he's at the top of Ricky Rivera's starting 9. Dean, slow windup, delivers, misses inside, and it hits Ochoa. A slider bearing in on him, and it hit him on the outside of the left ankle. Sounded like it got a little bit of the cleat, some of the guard. Either way, Ochoa is hobbled on that hit by pitch. He limps halfway up the first base line, unbuckles his gear, and will be checked up on by Ricky Rivera. The team athletic trainer, Kylie Gilbert, makes her way out of the dugout as well. And Neomar still trying to feel it out.
Yeah, even those breaking balls do not feel good, especially when you get hit down the lower leg. Not so much protection on that foot. It's good that he had the shin guard on, but that hit right below it, right on the outside of the foot. Hopefully just a little bit of a sting that goes away as the game goes on. But early base runner for Fayetteville, you'll certainly take that.
Standing in, Alberto Hernandez. He bats second tonight, plays over at shortstop. Righty batter with a slightly open stance. First pitch is low and inside for a ball. Home plate umpire tonight is Frank Jones. Jared Neal works the bases. The 2-man umpiring crew flip-flopping all week. They're in black ball caps, black polos, and dark gray pants. Noah Dean out of the stretch now. Looks towards first where Ochoa leads off. And sidesteps that way, a little 3/4 pickoff move, and Ochoa dives back in safely. So we'll have to be cautious with a left-hander on the mound. Now you don't get picked off tonight. The Woodpeckers have been aggressive at times with their secondary leads, and it's cost them a time or two with the pickoffs. Dean showing early on that he'll pay attention to those runners, the 1-0. And Alberto Hernandez flies a line drive out into right field, sinking fast in U10. A slow break on it, gets to the spot and makes a lunging grab. U10 tried to circle behind that line drive. Took him a moment to start coming in. It was perhaps more shallow than he thought. Still found a way to adjust and make the play on a diving grab. One gone, and Ochoa holds it first.
That right there, exactly why you start back. Way easier to come in than to retreat.
Runners going. Gomez swings at the first pitch, misses a curve, and Ochoa dives in safely with a stolen base. Neomar Ochoa's white uniform is already trashed. A Big mud stain on the front of his jersey. The pants are full of dirt. And he'll have to throw those in the washing machine by night's end.
Got a great jump, though, on the lefty.
0-1 on Gomez. After the curve, Dean fires. Gomez hits a knuckler up along the third baseline. Dean off the mound to field, pivots off the bare hand and can't get the throw over to first in time. Gomez legs it out. Ochoa hustles down to third, and an infield single puts runners at the corners. Near impossible spot to make a play as a pitcher. Dean had to come all the way from the mound over to the foul line, and he's a lefty, so he barehanded. He had to pivot all the way around, do almost a 360 maneuver. And Kenny Gomez gets there by a step to set the stage for Juan Santander. With one out, no score, bottom first.
It's amazing he even made it that close to the play. I mean, that is really difficult to contort your body, get that throw on line, bang, bang, but Gomez just enough speed to get there.
So here's Santander, active home run leader with 5, 22 ribbies. Pickoff throw going to first, and Gomez caught off guard. He's stuck in a rundown. It's being chased to second by Montero. Montero dives towards second and tags out Gomez. Well, the first baseman never let go of the ball. He chased Gomez all the way down the baseline, and Gomez nearly got in there with a headfirst dive. Montero dove towards his cleats and I think barely got the tag somewhere around his ankle or calf area. And meanwhile, the runner still stands at third. Neomar Ochoa never broke to the plate.
He thought about it, but didn't want to risk getting thrown out. Another base running miscue. Second straight day we've seen that out of the Woodpeckers.
Well, we just told you, be careful. Those lefties are deceptive with the 3/4 pickoff move. Santander with a big cut and a high changeup. He's underneath it for strike one. The lefty has that ability to kick almost halfway to the plate, but still pick off towards first. And from the angle as a first base runner, it's tough to know whether he's coming at you or going to home plate on the pitch. 0-1, dives low and inside, almost gets Santander. The curveball a little squirrely out of the gates for Noah Dean. Dean, a 5th-round pick by Boston during the 2022 draft. They grabbed him out of Old Dominion, where he was primarily a reliever. He was actually the career saves leader with 18 total in his Old Dominion career. He's converted over into a starter role, though, since hitting Boston's minor league system. 1-1 pitch, fouled back into the screen. Goes to 1-2 on Juan Santander. He is the reigning Carolina League pitcher of the week. He tossed 5 hitless innings last time out against Down East at home. He only walked 1 batter over that stretch. He struck out 8, dominating stuff. And enters tonight with an 0-2 record and a 4.28 ERA over 9 games and 7 starts. Long pause. The 1-2 to Santander. High fastball gets him swinging, and that is the inning. So the Woodpeckers strand a man at third. Neomar Ochoa Jr. left on base after the rundown and the strikeout gets Dean out of a scoreless first inning. We head to the second, 0-0. Red Sox and Woodpeckers continues in a moment from Fayetteville.
Fans, turn your attention to the video board for tonight's Lucky Roll presented by Sinister Cuts. Yes, these lucky fans will receive a free haircut courtesy of Sinister Cuts. Keep it high and tight. All right. Back on the mound for the Woodpeckers, Alonzo Treadwell. leading off the top of the second inning for the Red Sox, the second baseman, number 6, Marvin Alcantara.
Scoreless after one inning tonight in Fayetteville. Alonzo Treadwell returns to the mound for the Woodpeckers, the second rounder out of UCLA from last year's draft. Marvin Alcantara, the cleanup hitter in the right side, and he takes a fastball up and away for ball one. Treadwell set down the side in order in the top of the first. A fly out, a ground out, and strikeout. 1-0 coming. And a line shot right back towards the mound and played by Luciano behind second. Pick up and casual throw down to first. Retires Alcantara for the first out. The ball was hit hard. Not enough reaction time for Treadwell to make a play, but Luciano already positioned up the middle in the perfect spot to make the put out. And now it's Nathaniel Uten.
Right now Treadwell just not allowing the Red Sox to barrel up the baseball. That's how you want to do it. Keep it on the corners. Don't let anyone drive a ball into the outfield.
Uten batting from the left side, .235 hitter on the year. First pitch curve, and he was over the top of it swinging. The big breaking ball, the curve for Alonzo Treadwell. His swing and miss pitch here early on struck out Anderson looking within the first. Gets ahead at Uten, 0-1. 5 home runs and 26 RBIs on the year for Uten. He's over in right field tonight for the Red Sox. Wears the high red socks and the white leg guard on the outside right leg. Treadwell gets the sign, target set low and away. Misses high and in. And it's 1-1 on Uten. La Romana, Dominican Republic native. Uten with a .322 on base percentage this year as well. 8 doubles, 42 total hits. The 1-1 coming, low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. Pretty quiet week at the plate, though, for Nathaniel Uten. 1 for 11 with a pair of RBIs, a walk, and a strikeout. Treadwell throws the 2-1. The curveball lands right in the middle of the zone for strike 2. Not a lot of slider usage. That 75, 76 mile per hour curve for Treadwell. After this second inning, he'll be up to 40 innings in his pro career. Did not pitch last year after being drafted. 2-2 pitch ties up Uten, swinging for strike 3. He might have gone to the slider that time around, bearing in on the hands of the lefty. And Alonzo Treadwell with a pair of strikeouts. He set down all 5 Red Sox faced tonight.
And Chappie, he's had a tremendous amount of success against left-handed hitters. They're hitting below the Mendoza line against him coming into tonight, just 190 as opposed to 326 by righties.
And he throws a lot more strikes against lefties than against righties. Pitch up and outside. 8 walks, 22 strikeouts, the walk-K ratio coming in, so about a 3-to-1 ratio there against lefties. 19 walks, 21 strikeouts against righties. Here's a righty, Albert Feliz, who went deep yesterday. The 1-0 misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Feliz batting just 122 on the year. He did not play in the first 3 games of the series for Liam Carroll. Yesterday, his manager put him in the lineup, and on the very first at bat, he took Ethan Pecco deep. 2-0 pitch. Curveball misses just a little low, but it's called a strike.
That late call there from home plate umpire Frank Jones, and that's a pitcher's pitch right there. Breaking ball that has a lot of downward dip to it towards the end. Sometimes it fools the umpire.
Will Busch has shown an ability to steal some strikes for his pitchers as well with his framing around the edges. 2-1, misses upstairs just above the letters of Feliz. 3 balls and a strike. Feliz with some boomer bust to his game. He does have 5 home runs and 19 RBIs, but struck out a couple of times yesterday along with his home run. 3-1 pitch, the curve loops its way in for a strike called. 3-2, full count. Base is empty, 2 outs, and we're scoreless in the top of the second. Alonzo Treadwell looking for 2 perfect innings to start his day. He'll be capped around 75 pitches or so. And on his 25th pitch of the night, a 3-2 to Feliz. Curveball chopped on one high hop out towards third. Casarella charging, sweeps the scoop, throws to first in time. Great grab by Casarella coming forward, fielding that ball on the short hop. And he gets it across accurately to Santander to end the 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the second. It'll be Hernandez, Diaz, and Luciano coming to the plate for the Woodpeckers.
Wave! I can't hear you. Are you ready? Keep an eye out for Bunker, who will lead the charge. Get on your feet and join the fun. Take it away, Bunker.
Serving USA.
You gotta make noise as we wave. Make it loud. And while you're enjoying the game, be on the lookout for Surfside Iced Tea plus vodka. The perfect blend of premium vodka and real tea with only 100 calories and just 2 grams of sugar, all with absolutely 0 bubbles in May. Surfside flavors include iced tea, peach tea, half and half, and lemonade. Let's make some noise and ride the Surfside wave this season.
Waxing down our surfboard. We can't wait for June. We'll all be gone for the summer. We're on safari to stay. Tell the teacher we're serving USA. Hang your knees and slide outside Pacific Palisades.
Back on the mound for the Red Sox, Noah Dean. Leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Woodpeckers, the left fielder, number 6, Cesar Hernandez.
Scoreless in the bottom of the second. Noah Dean returns for his second inning of work and delivers a fastball for a strike on the outside corner to left-handed batter Cesar Hernandez, the Woodpeckers left fielder tonight. Cesar batting .240 on the year with a home run and 13 RBIs. Next pitch tipped foul back of home, and he's quickly down 0-2. Tripled yesterday, a late triple that brought home a run, made it a 5-3 game. Fayetteville started to chip away a bit in the 6th and 7th inning at the 5-1 deficit. Could not come all the way back as Salem won their 3rd game of the series. Next pitch misses outside in the right-handed batter's box. Waste curveball for Noah Dean, and it's 1-2. Hernandez, Victor Diaz, and then Juaner Luciano in this second inning, the 5, 6, and 7 of the order. And here comes the 1-2 to Hernandez. Swings and sprays a line drive over the left field netting and out of play.
Seen a lot of that.
Stay where it is.
Seen a lot of that from him, Chappie, lately, just going the other way with pitches. And I think the outfield, at least for Salem, respecting his ability to hit to all fields. They're playing him pretty straight up.
Yeah, yesterday's triple was to the pull side. It was ripped past the first baseman down into the right field corner. Here's a big curve, and Hernandez cuts over the top of it. That's strike 3, now number 1 of the Woodpeckers' second inning. Victor Diaz is coming up. We did not work around the Salem defense in the first inning. Let's do that now for you.
Out in left field, it is Stanley Tucker, Nellie Taylor Jr., the center fielder, Nathaniel Uten in right, Antonio Anderson at third, Nazan Zanatello at short, Marvin Alcantara, the second baseman, Juan Montero at first, Daniel McIlvaney, the catcher.
Diaz chops the first pitch shallow to third. Anderson bringing himself forward, fields even with the bag, and throws to first to get Diaz. So Anderson fires out Victor Diaz. 2 quick outs in the Woodpeckers' second inning. And with nobody on base, 2 gone, Juaner Luciano will stand in. Offensively, these two teams are in the bottom half of the league when it comes to some of the average stats. First pitch to Luciano high and outside. The Salem Red Sox are 8th in combined batting average at .218. The Woodpeckers not far behind them in 10th at a combined .214 average. But Fayetteville 9th in on base, 10th in slugging and OPS. Red Sox 9th in slug, 7th in OPS. So a couple of ball clubs that do rely quite a bit on their starting pitching to try and keep games low scoring. It's been the trend, though, of June. The Woodpeckers hitting below 200 as a club, and they have to win. The starting rotation can keep it a low-scoring game. Another slow roller towards third. This one's booted by Anderson. Tried to pick it and couldn't grab it cleanly in the webbing. Luciano is aboard, and Salem commits their first error of the night, an E5.
earlier in this game. A couple of those hit to Xavier Casarella on the other side, and he made it look easy. Those are not easy plays as a third baseman. Anderson doing everything right, charging there. All it takes is one little bobble. You don't come up with it on the recovery, that guy's going to be safe at first. That's the case there.
So here's Xavier Casarella into the right side. Woodpeckers 8-hitter and third baseman. First a pickoff move to first base. That 3/4 move by Noah Dean. He's gone to it every single time he's had a base runner on today and successfully picked off Kenny Gomez in the first.
Going to give Luciano a hit there, the scorer's decision.
Okay, they did give a hit. All right. Single to Luciano. Casarella awaiting the first pitch. Out of the stretch, here it comes from Dean. He swings away and hits a high drive left center field. Taylor all the way back to the wall, and it's off the top of the wall. Hernandez getting the wave around third. Cutoff throw coming to the plate. The tag on Hernandez is in time to get him. Salem links up and hits the cutoff man. Zanatello with an accurate strike to the plate to get Hernandez, making Luciano flying around. And despite the deep fly from Casarella, the Woodpeckers will go scoreless. Luciano limping a bit off the field. Ricky Rivera quickly going to the home plate umpire to see if there might be any sort of catcher's obstruction. Not the case, and we'll go to break. Scoreless, third inning next on the Woodpeckers Broadcast Network.
Back on the mound for the Woodpeckers, Alonzo Treadwell.
No score after 2 innings today. The Woodpeckers see a runner get thrown out at the plate. Luciano on a cutoff throw to end the second inning. Xavier Casarella ends up coming away with the hit, but that's the end of 2. Now Treadwell out for the third, and to take you through the play-by-play, let's send it over to Colin.
Thank you so much, Andrew Chapman. First pitch to Daniel McKelveny. This is a little bit outside. The appeal down to first, and field umpire Jared Neal says that McKelveny held up. The 2021 sixth-round pick by the Boston Red Sox hitting 177, a homer and 6 runs batted in. Treadwell gets him to foul that one back. A couple of guys coming from the Golden State. Treadwell, the former UCLA Bruin, standing at 6'8", 230 pounds, goes to the slider, misses down and away. He's retired all 6 batters he's faced so far, a pair of strikeouts, 3 groundouts, and a flyout. Woodpeckers infield shifted to the pole side, 2-1, a little bit outside. McKelveny, then Stanley Tucker, Juan Montero, bottom third of the Red Sox order. 3-1 is sent in the air out towards fairly deep right field. Neomar Ochoa Jr. back to the track, makes an over-the-shoulder catch. So McKelveny just missed it. 7 up, 7 down for Treadwell.
Yeah, I love the reads that Ochoa makes. He's got a great feel for both corner outfield spots and understands the dimensions well at Segra Stadium. You have a little less real estate to work with out in right, but everything always looks casual to him. Very confident route running for Ochoa.
Brings up Tucker. 161 hitter on the year. A home run, 14 batted in. Fastball from Treadwell at 93, misses a little bit outside. Tucker, the 19th round pick by the Red Sox in 2023, chases after that one in the dirt. It is 1-1. Started out going the JUCO route, New Mexico Junior College in Hobbs, New Mexico, before he made it out to Texas A&M playing for the Aggies. The 1-1. Tucker hits it on the ground to third. Casarella knocks it down, and with a bobble throws to first. Santander with the stretch for the second out. Third.
Busy day of work for Casarella over there at third. First couple charging in. That time around, even with the bobble, kept with it. Made the clean play.
The third 5-3 put out so far for X. To go along with the double he had just a few moments ago in the bottom of the second. So Treadwell trying to make it one time through the order perfectly. It is Juan Montero. It is first home run of the season the other night. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. That was back on Thursday. 12-6 victory for the Salem Red Sox. A couple of insurance runs in the seventh inning. Hit a 2-run shot off of Julio Marte. 0-1 misses outside to the Ponce, Puerto Rico native. Treadwell's pitch is a cue shot up the first base side. Santander lobs it to Treadwell, and the right-hander out of UCLA has set down all 9 batters he has faced to begin his outing. Good start for Treadwell. We go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless from Segra Stadium on the Woodpeckers Broadcast Network.
Log on now by selecting hashtag GoSegra. Hey fans, take a look at the video board. These 2 lucky fans are sitting in the coolest seats in the house. You've won a tumbler courtesy of Blanton's. Call Blanton's for all your air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical needs. There they are with your new tumblers. All right, so cool.
You never take advice. Someday you'll pay the price. I know. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You're closing the door. You leave the world behind. You're digging for gold. You're throwing away a fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay. Once they headed south and me, maybe rolling the sand with a rock and roll man somewhere down Montserrat way. But the money's good in the season, helps to lighten up her load. Boys keep her high as the months roll by. She's getting postcards on the road. Can't you feel 'em closing in, honey? Can't you feel 'em schooling around?
Back on the mound for the Red Sox, Noah Dean. Leading off the bottom of the third inning for the Woodpeckers, the catcher, number 31, Will Bush.
Home half of the third from Segra Stadium, Fayetteville, North Carolina. The 5th of 6 games this week between the Woodpeckers and the Salem Red Sox. Colin Casey, Andrew Chapman, happy to have you on this beautiful Saturday night in downtown Fayetteville. Will Bush gets his first at-bat of the ball game. Noah Dean misses with a fastball down and away. Bush catching for the third straight game. 191 on the year, 2 homers, 21 runs batted in. A check swing and a tapper back to the mound. Dean underhands to first, and Bush is retired on just 2 pitches. 1 down for Dean. Back to the top of the order, Neomar Ochoa Jr., who was hit in the foot by a breaking ball from the Red Sox starter. To put one in play this time around. Ochoa would end up stealing second, ended up at third, but was left there. in the bottom of the first. A late swing, and Ochoa can't come up with it. Born in Venezuela, grew up in the Houston area. 11th round pick by the Astros. 0-1, a little bit high. Speaking of the Astros, they were in action earlier today at Minute Maid Park. And despite a 5-run 7th inning, that was all the offense they got. Detroit takes a 13-5 victory from Houston. Check swing. Ochoa kept the bat back, a late appeal, and he did hold up, says Jared Neal.
Yeah, tough day for Spencer Arrighetti today, the former Woodpecker. He gave up, I think it was 9 runs, got pulled from the game in the second inning.
3-run home run for Chas McCormick in the losing effort. 2-1 is yanked down the left field line over the leap of Anderson into the corner. Ochoa going to try to stretch it into a double, and he slides in safely before the tag from Alcantara. Omar Ochoa Jr. into scoring position with 1 away.
Well, it's great to see Ochoa starting to line the ball, whether it's pull side, wherever. He's been ripping the ball last couple of nights. And we talked about his left-handed hitting prowess. He's been a nightmare for lefties to handle this year. And you hope this can help generate some more consistency with him. Kind of a cold start to June, but he was one of the Woodpeckers' best hitters to close May.
An even dozen doubles on the year for Ochoa. That's his 12th, one behind the team lead of 13 for Kenny Gomez. Hernandez swings and misses at the first pitch from Dean. Alberto flew out to right his first time up. Woodpeckers trying to strike first for the second consecutive night. 0-1, Ochoa on the move, breaking ball outside, off-balance throw down from McKelvey, not in time, and Ochoa swipes his second base in as many attempts tonight.
Well, Ochoa really is leaning into this leadoff role assignment tonight. He's getting on base. That's job number 1. And usually your speedster's at the top of the lineup as well, so Ochoa's getting extra aggressive on the bases.
Infield creeps in for Salem. Dean's 1-1. Big swing and a miss by Hernandez. A throw down from McKelvey. He almost did a Derek Jeter type hop to try and get something on it to Anderson, but even if he planted his feet, certainly would have been late. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Hernandez, no, he got a piece of it, and he will stay alive. Popped out of the mid of McKelvey. Four hits already for the Woodpeckers. No runs to show for it. Long pause for Dean. Now he delivers. Hernandez stays alive. Seen Alberto get a bump up into the top third of the order now. After a pretty successful week in Columbia. Had a couple of extra base hits scattered. Was in the 2 spot 2 nights ago. Went 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Another 1-2. Breaking ball down and in. Nearly gets a piece of Alberto. Feels like Dean tonight, Chappie, has struggled a little bit locating that curve. He already hit Ochoa on it. That one nearly gets Hernandez.
Yeah, against right-handed hitters, he's started that pitch a little bit too far in of the plate to begin with, so it's finishing near the shins and ankles of those righties. He wants to try and work that to the outer part of the plate a little bit more.
This will be his 35th pitch of the night. Here it is. Fastball in. A couple of inches off the plate, and Hernandez fights back to fill the count. Stolen base, by the way, for Ochoa, his 9th of the season. Hernandez awaits. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball, tap back to the mound. Dean can't get there. Ochoa dashes home. Only play is to first. Alberto Hernandez scores the game's opening run with a ground out. 1-0 Fayetteville.
Yep, just barely got to put it in play. That's your job. 1 out. So you just need a ball in play that can bring the runner home. You know, wild pitch, sac fly, something productive. And Alberto Hernandez gets the job done. Great battle. And Woodpeckers strike first.
Kenny Gomez comes up, takes a fastball up and in. The Woodpeckers this season, when they've opened the scoring, 19-8. They did lose yesterday's game after firing the opening salvo. Gomez chases after a high fastball up and in from Dean. For Hernandez, that is his 9th run batted in on the year. 1-1, right on the outside half. Margaritaville night here at Segra Stadium. Parrot heads flocking to the gates. They were lined up a good 3 hours before they even opened in 90-plus degree heat. 1-2 down and away. Always one of, if not the most popular promotional night on the calendar for the Woodpeckers. And everyone buys into the theme, including us broadcasters. We're wearing floral shirts tonight. Right. Fastball called strike 3 as Gomez watches it go by. 3rd strikeout for Dean. Side retired. Neomar Ochoa Jr. comes in to score the game's opening run on an Alberto Hernandez ground out. 3rd of the way through tonight's festivities. 1-0 Fayetteville on the Woodpeckers Broadcast Network.
Fans, we'd also like to give a special shout out to everyone celebrating their birthday with us tonight, including 2 special people who are with Action Jackson on the dugout. Take it away, Action.
That's right, everybody. What better place to celebrate your birthday than right here at Segra Stadium with 1,000 of your closest friends cheering on the Woodpeckers. Guys, we got some birthdays. What are y'all's names?
Hunter Campbell and Gray.
Hunter and Greg, guys. Everyone, we're going to give them a big Segra Stadium happy birthday. We're going to sing happy birthday on the count of 3 to Hunter and Greg. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday!
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hunter and Greg. Happy birthday to you. That's right, everybody. Happy birthday, Hunter and Greg. Go Woodpeckers.
Back on the mound for the Woodpeckers, Alonzo Treadwell. Leading off the top of the 4th inning for the Red Sox, the shortstop, number 2, Nazan Zanatello.
Alonzo Treadwell returns to the mound with a lead. Fayetteville leads Salem 1-0 on the Woodpeckers Broadcast Network. Nazan Zanatello takes strike 1 on the outside corner. 9 up, 9 down with the 2nd-round pick out of UCLA, Treadwell. Zanatello flew out to right field to open up the ball game. Fellow 2nd-round pick last year. Swings and fouls that one straight back. Treadwell will be the only 2nd-round pick for Houston for the foreseeable future, as they will not have a 2nd-round pick in this year's draft due to the signing of former Padre Josh Hader, relief pitcher for the Astros. Close breaking ball, but it is outside. Astros, of course, will still be picking towards the tail end of the 1st round after making a run to the ALCS in 2023. 40th pitch for Treadwell is sprayed foul to the right. That draft fast approaching, about a month out, right around the All-Star break. Always an exciting time for players hearing their names called. Exciting time here in Fayetteville because they're likely heading our direction once August rolls around. 1-2 from Treadwell. Hit on the ground by Zanatello. Over to second. Luciano, couple of steps, close play, and he just does beat Zanatello with a throw to first. Credit to Nazan Zanatello, making it a lot closer than we thought it was going to be. Like to see that hustle out of a high schooler like that, but he is set down to begin the fourth.
Well, Luciano is used to being a lot more urgent over at third base where he got to get that throw across, so maybe a little relaxed over there playing at second tonight, but he timed it out okay.
Brings up Anderson, the third-round pick by the Red Sox. Breaking ball hit sharply towards Luciano, who makes a sliding catch for the second out. Luciano's used to the hot corner. Right now, second base, even hotter for him. He's got a big smile on his face.
Yeah. He's an athlete. Put him wherever you need him. Middle of the diamond, you're probably going to have to make some more rangy type of plays, and made that one look clean. He's dealing a little bit of setting sun over there, too, so that added to the difficulty of that catch.
Treadwell's first pitch to Nelly Taylor Jr. Backdoor breaking ball in for a strike. Alonzo Treadwell coming off 4 2/3 scoreless on the road at Segra Park. Even stronger on this Saturday night at Segra Stadium. Grounder to second. Luciano, why not a third time? Underhands to Santander. 12 up, 12 down for Alonzo Treadwell to begin his night. He is in control. We're on to the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-0 Fayetteville. You're tuned into the Woodpeckers Broadcast Network.
All right, fans, let's head to the starting line for tonight's Village Family Dental Trike Race. Take it away, action.
All right, everybody. I see our racers down there ready for some action. We've got Edwin, Colin, and Jarius ready for the Village Family Bike Race. You guys good to go? You guys set? All right, Shay, on your mark. We're going to wave the flag. Ready, set, go. And we're off to the races, everyone. Let's make some noise. Get them go. They're pumping their legs just as fast as they can. Oh, man. It's been neck and neck the whole time, except for at the very end. It looks like we've got Colin pulling ahead as our winner tonight for the Village Family Dental Bike Race. Everyone, let's hear it for these guys. Easy for guys.
Village Family Dental has 9 convenient locations to serve you, with a new location in Hope Mills opening on Monday. Because when it comes to your smile, they're giving you more reasons to cheer. Back on the mound for the Red Sox, Noah Dean. Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Woodpeckers, the Johnny King cleanup hitter of the game, the first baseman, number 50, Juan Santander.
Middle third of the order for the Woodpeckers, who lead the Red Sox 1-0. Juan Santander facing off against Noah Dean for the second time tonight, and Dean drops a breaking ball in for strike one. Juan struck out swinging his first time around. Had an RBI single in yesterday's ball game. Lefty Dean misses outside. Old Dominion University, as Chappie mentioned, all-time saves leader. Drafted in the 5th round in 2022 by Boston. High fastball left upstairs by Santander. Originally from Hackensack, New Jersey, the Garden State. Went a little further south for school, ODU located in Norfolk, Virginia. Santander, high fly ball, shallow right field. Nathaniel Uten slowly trots in and secures it for the first out.
Pretty famous Houston Astro that went to Old Dominion, huh?
Might have heard of him. His name's Justin Verlander. Sure. Astros fans wish there were better news related to Verlander, but he was scratched today, was supposed to get the start over Spencer Arrighetti. Neck discomfort is what Houston's calling it. They don't expect it to be an injured list stint, though. Cesar Hernandez takes ball one outside.
Yeah, they can't afford another injury. Otherwise, I don't know, it might be Jake Bloss time in Double-A. He's been really good. Try and get him up there.
Hernandez 0 for 1 as well, and he hits it on the ground. Up the middle, played perfectly Zanatello. Low throw, though, and unable to dig it out Montero. It bounces off the facing of the dugout. Hernandez scampers back to first. I think he turned in play, so he might have been eligible to be tagged out, but Cesar gets back there, and Zanatello will be hit with a throwing error.
What you love about Cesar Hernandez is that anything in play is not a sure out with him. You know, routine pop-up, okay, maybe, but anything on the ground is not an automatic out. His speed is going to make every play close and just increase the timing of the infielders and maybe rushed a bit. Zanatello spiked the throw.
See if Hernandez is in motion, but a quick throw over and diving back. Cesar. Back to Old Dominion, certainly not just Justin Verlander, the name to come out of there, but some other solid Major League pitchers. Ryan Yarbrough, drafted in the 2014 draft in the 4th round out of ODU. Another throw over, and there goes both disengagements for Dean. Daniel Hudson, drafted in 2008 by the Chicago White Sox, also coming from Old Dominion. So Dean trying to become the next big arm out of ODU. A late swing from Diaz, and that is the first pitch of the at-bat at long last. 0-1 the count. Diaz grounded out to third first time around. It his first single-A home run a few nights ago. Tapper goes off of his left leg. Strike 2. Of course, his brother Yainer Diaz played 12 games with the Woodpeckers. It was during the same season he was traded to the Houston Astros from the Cleveland Guardians. So got a chance to play for Cleveland's Carolina League affiliate, the Lynchburg Hillcats, as well. 0-2, Hernandez on the move, swing and a miss by Diaz, throw down by McKelvey, tag late. Cesar Hernandez steals second, but Dean picks up his 4th strikeout, 2 down.
Yeah, you'll see Ricky execute that pretty often over at third, give the guy the green light with a 2-strike count, 1 out, especially when you have the speed of Hernandez on base. It's kind of your security blanket, even if you don't do anything at the plate. You're able to advance that runner down into scoring position, give Luciano a chance to bring him home.
Got a mound visit here. No action right now in the Red Sox bullpen. But it's a brief one, and Dean will get right back on the rubber. Have a couple of parting words with his catcher, Daniel McKelvey. Big at-bat here, though, for Juaner Luciano. 1-0 Fayetteville. Bottom of the 4th. Luciano reached on an infield single. Was cut down trying to score on a beautifully executed relay by Salem in the 2nd inning. Hernandez on the move on the first pitch. Ground ball left side. Zanatello backhands. Looks towards first. Long throw, and he gets him. Making up for his error, Nazan Zanatello with a nice play to end the 4th inning. Hernandez was heading for home, but the run, of course, does not score. We go to the 5th. 1-0 Fayetteville still to score from Segra Stadium.
Get ready to snuggle up. It's time for the Coldwell Banker Advantage Kiss Cam.
Your lips taste like sangria. Wrecking ball dancing down the hallway. You're holding your shoes, wearing my shades. We fall against the door. We fall into a wild, warm kiss. We're buzzing like that no vacancy sign out front. Your skin is begging to be kissed by a little more than the sun. You take my hand in yours, you lean in, and your lips taste like sangria. tastes like sangria. Only thing I wanna do tonight is drink you like a Spanish wine. Let this head of mine keep spinning, spinning around. We're buzzing like that no vacancy sign out front. Your skin is begging to be kissed by a little more than the sun. You take my hand in yours, you lean in and
Back on the mound for the Woodpeckers, Alonzo Treadwell.
your lips taste like sangria.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for the Red Sox, the second baseman, number 6, Marvin Alcantara.
Top 5 from Segra Stadium. Alonzo Treadwell has been perfect so far on the mound. He'll face the middle third of the Salem order for the second time. 1-0 Woodpeckers. Back on the play-by-play, here's Andrew Chapman.
All right, thanks, Colin. Alcantara flies the first pitch out of play over the Avex Club, and it's 0-1. Yeah, this is some masterful stuff for Alonzo Treadwell. One time through the order, gets the top 3 guys in order in the 4th. Now Alcantara, Uten, and Feliz. Here's the wind of the 0-1. Fastball right down the center of the plate, called strike 2. And it's an extension from what Treadwell did his last time out. 4 2/3 scoreless innings on the road in Columbia. He only scattered 2 hits across that stretch and commanded the zone with 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. 0-2 pitch, pulled on a line out into left center field, and there goes that. First hit of the night for the Salem Red Sox starts out the top of the 5th inning. They have a base runner for the first time all evening as well, and Marvin Alcantara leads off the 5th with a single. So puts an end to 12 in a row retired by Treadwell. Will bring up the lefty, Nathaniel Uten.
It's a tough one to give up to for Treadwell because he made a perfect pitch. Outside corner breaking ball, and Alcantara did what good hitters do, and that's just throw the bat head at it, and he just yanked it in the left center field, dropped it in nicely.
First spin and a pickoff move down to first. Alcantara dives back in, and Nathaniel Uten patiently awaits at the plate. We are live on Fayetteville Woodpeckers Instagram. It's our Instagram live 5th inning. You can go over to the Fayetteville Woodpeckers Instagram page and check out our perspective from up here in the broadcast booth. The runner going, Uten swings, bounces one foul towards the first base camera well. And Alcantara has to go all the way back to first after he dove into second, dirtied up the jersey.
He took an extra step and a half after Treadwell threw over on him once. He knows that one more disengagement, far less likely that he'll throw over again. We'll see if Treadwell keeps a close eye on him.
48 pitches on the night for Treadwell. He's been all over the strike zone with 31 strikes. Here's another hopper towards the first base dugout. And a foul ball gets it to 0-2 on Uten. And Treadwell will be stretched out to about 75 pitches today. He has worked some long outings before. 5 innings on the road at Delmarva on May 5th, 5 2/3, a career long here at home against Carolina back on May 11th. On pace to potentially get there tonight. This will be pitch number 50 for Treadwell with Alcantara off of first. The 0-2 to Uten. Misses up high, a fastball shoulder level. And the count goes to 1-2. Feel free to offer your comments in the Instagram Live, questions, concerns. And you can see our get-up as well that we have tonight for Margaritaville night. We got some colors up here in the booth. Spin and a throw over. Treadwell utilizing the pickoff. It's a case-by-case basis, but it felt like everybody was so hesitant to pick over the moment the rules first got implemented, the maximum 2 pickoffs. Feels like this year you're seeing the pickoffs a lot more. Guys have figured out the strategy when they like to throw over. Bluff down at first. Uten bounces a ball on 2 skips to second. Luciano doesn't have a play at second. He'll go the short way to first and retire Uten for the first out. Alcantara was moving on the pitch. That broke up the chance at a double play. So the ground out advances the runner. Man in scoring position for the first time all night. Salem with the runner on for Albert Feliz.
Now I'm really interested to see what the Red Sox do here if they want to try and get Marvin Alcantara up to third. Got a guy in Feliz who does have a home run in this series, but putting the ball in play hasn't exactly been all that consistent with this season.
First pitch to Feliz is down and outside, and it's 1-0. Feliz batting 121. He's 1 for 5 in the series with a home run yesterday against Ethan Pecco. Feliz 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out to third. Treadwell out of the stretch for the first time all night. Gets a check swing on a slider, and that was in the zone anyways. Called strike one. Feliz out of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. International signing by Boston back in 2018. The 1-1. Curveball, another check swing, and Feliz, I don't know if he broke the zone there. I think that was probably called a strike. And right now, he's flinching at the Treadwell off-speed.
That curveball was nasty. You're not touching that on the outside part of the plate with that much movement.
First inning, the way Treadwell was throwing it, we knew he was confident with the curve. The 1-2 now. Up high, fastball elevated to square the count at 2-2. Got a comment in the Instagram Live that says, "Hey, Chappie, love the shirt. Where did you do your shopping?" Yeah, Colin and I have the Tommy Bahamas on today. We actually didn't go shopping for these T-shirts. I must admit, they were donated to us for the occasion tonight. 2-2 pitch coming. Down to the dirt, blocked by Bush. The runner, Alcantara, holding it second, and the count's now full. Got to shout out our social media creative coordinator, should say, Noah Gall, who he brought his whole closet of Hawaiian shirts out to the broadcast booth so we could be ready for Margaritaville night.
He's got more of those probably than any outlet store you can find.
Yeah, I didn't know that guy was all that into floral, but yeah, he's into the tropical look. So he helped provide the shirts tonight. Three and two to Feliz. Here's the payoff pitch. He swings and pulls a line drive, shallow out towards left center field. Gomez in on it. It short hops in front of him. He'll play it on the one hop, get it back to the infield. A base hit for Albert Feliz, his second of the series. Puts runners at the corners. And Salem threatening to level this 1-0 game.
Gotta give credit there to Feliz. I said, he'd struggled all year. The strikeout rate really high for him, so not exactly the situation that he finds himself very successful in, but that's a really nice piece of hitting again. Another outside part of the plate breaking ball, and another lunging swing where the guy just drops it into left center field. Red Sox not trying to do too much, just put the ball in play, and good things are starting to happen.
Daniel McKelveny now into the right side, runners at the corners. First pitch in for a strike on a fastball on its own one. We got a shout out to Victoria working at Healy's Bar tonight out in right field. Shout out Victoria. They're working hard out there today. The drink rails and the bar tops are packed on this Saturday night. The 0-1 fastball upstairs. McKelveny tried to climb the ladder, and he falls behind 0-2 on Treadwell.
We get another pyramid going. Had one yesterday.
Is there a pyramid started?
Don't think so
I don't
yet.
see one tonight. It was about 8 rows high, the pyramid yesterday. 0-2. 60th pitch of the night for Treadwell on the way. Line drive, skipping off the mound, up the middle and into center field. Salem ties the game. Alcantara scores from third. Third single of this fifth inning against Treadwell. And Andy Lugo brings home Alcantara to tie the game at 1.
102 off the bat, outside corner. Not that bad of a pitch again from Treadwell, but I guess Salem's made some adjustments second time through because they're seeing the ball a lot better. McKelveny just drives it straight up the middle. We'll see what this mound visit does for Treadwell's confidence because he had been cruising, 12 in a row retired to start the game, but 3 of the last 4 guys finding the outfield grass.
We'll have a meeting on the mound. Pitching coach Zach Wilkins has made his way out there to talk to Treadwell along with Will Bush. Someone asking if these shirts are sold in the store. These are not sold in the Woodpeckers team store, if you're talking about these shirts. But we do, I think there are some Woodpeckers Hawaiian shirts. At least I bought one last year in the Bird's Nest team store. I think there's usually some sort of a floral shirt in the Bird's Nest team store if you're at the game tonight. Need some last-minute Margaritaville gear. So now it's Stanley Tucker. Daniel McKelveny delivers the RBI single, bringing home Alcantara. We're tied at 1. First trouble for Alonzo Treadwell tonight after 4 perfect innings. First pitch fastball knee high on Tucker, and it's called a strike, 0-1. It is odd how quickly this game took a turn on Treadwell. 12 up, 12 down, but now 3 of the last 4 Red Sox have come up with a hit. Upright stance for Tucker, all the way back in the box. Next pitch, a little bit high, called a strike though, right on that high outside edge to the righty. Tucker originally born in Richmond, Texas. The 6'8" Treadwell against the 5'9" Tucker. So a little bit of a condensed strike zone for the tall righty to work with. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a high one, and down goes Tucker swinging for the second out of the inning. Third strikeout for Treadwell, pair of outs and 2 on base. Now Juan Montero at the bottom of the Red Sox order.
First strikeout since all the way back in the second inning for Alonso, and that was just a challenge fastball. Try to see if Tucker can get on top of it. He could not.
Here's Montero into the right side. Salem 9-hitter takes the first pitch up high. Someone in our Instagram live chat asking, what is Margaritaville night? Obviously, Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville, kind of like the ones that are all across the country. Boats, floral, tropical. That's the type of theme behind it. Here's the 1-0 and a swing and miss for Montero. You ever been to an actual Margaritaville before, Colin?
I have not. I know the original one's all the way down in Key West. I think there's one in Myrtle Beach as well.
There was one. I was living in Biloxi, Mississippi in 2019, and they have a Margaritaville in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Nice.
Right there on the Mississippi coast, the Gulf Coast. The 1-1. Montero takes a strike. A fastball right on the outside edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Parrot heads, as they're often called, the Jimmy Buffett followers, and our first Margaritaville night in Segra Stadium since the passing of the late, great Jimmy Buffett. So we had to do it big tonight. 1-2 with 2 outs. Runners at first and second in a 1-1 tie game. Here's the pitch. Up high to Montero again. Fayetteville bullpen is starting to stir. Nobody's throwing right now. But there is some stretching going on with the elastic bands, and Alonzo Treadwell trying to get that final strike, strand a pair of Red Sox on base, keep this game tied. Montero 0 for 1 with a ground out to first. Next pitch almost drew the swing, but he holds up. And a high fastball at 92 fills the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, Nazan Zanatello and the top of the Red Sox order. Treadwell trying to dig deep. Here comes the 3-2. Runners going. Pitch fouled back into the screen, and that'll keep it where we are. The Red Sox have shown an ability to erase deficits this week. You go back to the Wednesday game where the Woodpeckers pulled it out in 11 innings, but Salem came back from 3-0 down. They erased a 5-3 deficit as well. Granted, just a 1-run margin tonight. But Salem's been able to equalize when trailing throughout the series. 70th pitch of the day, another 3-2, and Montero takes strike 3. High outside corner breaking ball. And Treadwell off the mound, 5 innings of 1-run ball tonight, and he strands a couple. Halfway through it tonight, 1-1 the score. Woodpeckers will look to punch back when we come back for the bottom of the 5th on Instagram Live, FayettevilleWoodpeckers.com and MILB.TV.
Our contestant, take it away, action.
That's right, everybody. We got Matt down here with me. He's obviously celebrating Margaritaville night the right way out here with us at Segra Stadium. That's right, everybody. All right, we're going to take a turn over here, look at the Segratron to guess that song tonight. Any second now, we're going to hear... Oh, here we go. I know this one. All right, crowd, what do we got? Give Matt some help.
The Beach Boys.
Name that song.
Good Vibration.
There it is. Some help from the crowd. We got Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. All right, 1 for 1, 1 for 1.
This is Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett. Somewhere by Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett.
There it is. All right, I was going to let him get a second try there. There we go. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Alan Jackson. And we got one more song.
Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett.
There it is. And last but not least, in honor of Margaritaville, ding, 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 it's Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett. Everyone, 3 for 3. That's hard to beat. Matt goes 100%. Everyone, let's hear for our man, Matt.
Sailed off to Antigua. It took her 3 days on.
Back on the mound for the Red Sox, Noah Dean.
Baby, I like your stuff.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Woodpeckers, the third baseman, number 16, Xavier Casarella.
I don't play. Streets not safe, but I never run away. Even.
Back in Fayetteville for the bottom of the 5th inning, Xavier Casarella leads it off for the Woodpeckers against the lefty Noah Dean and takes a slider outside for ball 1. We're tied at 1. Salem strikes for 3 singles against Treadwell in the 5th. RBI single up the middle from Daniel McKelvin. He brings home Alcantara. Casarella swings, pulls a line drive over the shortstop and out into left field. Casarella hitting the ball hard tonight from the 8th spot. Barely missed out on a home run in the 2nd inning, a double off the very top of the left center field wall. And now he's 2 for 2, adding a base hit to lead off the home 5th.
Reached base twice yesterday as well, had a single in that game. Good to see X start to square up the ball. When he pulls it, there's not many guys in the lineup that hits it as hard as he does, so good to see him get out in front of a few.
Now here's the 9-hitter Will Bush, bottom of the order. He swings and fouls the first pitch back into the netting. And it's 0-1. Colin and I live on Instagram Live currently. Fayetteville Woodpeckers Instagram. If you want to come up and chat with us in the booth, see our perspective from here upstairs in the Zara Law Firm broadcast booth. Here comes the 0-1. And a tip foul into the glove. A couple members of the Luciano family checking in. They like hanging out on our Instagram Lives, don't they? I think they're a couple of our most loyal Instagram Live viewers since we started doing this a week ago.
Been busy at second base today.
Yeah, Luciano has been busy on the defensive end. Quite a few plays over at second. 0-2 on Bush. Short lead off at first for Casarella. Long pause by Dean. He comes home. And Bush swings, pulls a line drive out into right center field. U10 cutting over to his right and makes a striding grab for the first out. Bush just missed the barrel a little bit towards the end of the bat. And the fly ball into right center goes for out number 1. And get back to the top of the order with Neomar Ochoa. So here's Ochoa. Fayetteville leadoff man has been hit by a pitch and doubled tonight. Also scored the only run. First a pickoff move down to first. Noah Dean been paying a lot of attention to the Woodpeckers runners. We'll have a meeting on the mound here. McKelvin heading out there to chat with Dean and how they want to go about this at-bat. One of our viewers asking, is Bryce Matthews still on the team? No, he was promoted to High A Asheville, was on the injured list for a little bit to start the year, but has been on a tear ever since he got up to Asheville to play with the Tourists. We did enjoy watching Bryce Matthews here, though, last year, the first-round pick, playing about 25 games or so with Fayetteville.
Had a multi-home run game last week against, I believe it was Bowling Green they were playing.
So now it's Ochoa, ready for the pitch after the pickoff, and he swings and misses at the fastball. A little bit of a collaboration between pitcher and catcher there as Noah Dean works through the lineup for a third time now. Woodpeckers making their adjustments. Always a little tricky for the starter on the mound, third time through. Middle infield double play depth with 1 out. Dean taking time, bringing it home, and a swing and miss again from Ochoa, quickly 0-2.
I wonder if he's kind of changing his time spent set to try and throw off the rhythm of Ochoa, and if so, it's been effective.
Yeah, he started to Work a little more methodically out there on the mound. Another long pause. Casarella's going on the pitch. It's up and inside. Here's a one-hopper down to second, and Casarella with a head-first dive gets in there. An accurate throw, and just a little bit late from McKelvey. The Woodpeckers steal their third base tonight. As Casarella, the go-ahead runner, into scoring position for Ochoa, now in a 1-2 count. One and two, one out. Casarella at second. Dean looking that way. Brings it home. Down and inside on Nailmar. Noah Dean, his second-year Carolina League ball player. He struggled a bit last year, an ERA over 6. 21 total games as he adapted to the starter role for the first time in his career after being strictly a reliever at Old Dominion. Late game saves guy, the closer for ODU. Now in a full-time starter role, looking more comfortable than at any other point in his pro career. Strikes out Ochoa, high fastball got him. And that's out number 2. Brings up Alberto Hernandez. You know, those 5 hitless innings for Dean last week against Down East was the 4th time that he's done that this year. But it looks as though he may not be able to go 5 complete tonight. His manager, Liam Carroll, is out of the dugout. They just had a meeting on the mound moments ago to perhaps buy a little time for the bullpen as well. And the reliever has exited the gates and is making his way out to the mound. The night will be done for the Salem starter after 4 2/3. As it stands, 1-run ball for Noah Dean. Salem bullpen will inherit the runner over at second base. I think Dean tried to plead his case a little bit, but day done after 4 2/3. We'll tell you about the new Salem reliever when we come back. 1 out to get in the 5th. Fayetteville with a man at second, tied 1-1 on the Woodpeckers Broadcast Network.
Don't come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
Oh woman, don't treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go.
That's right, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more.
What you say?
The southern wind sings again, and not a lullaby.
Fans, this pitching change is brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery. Did you know the North Carolina Education Lottery now has digital instants? Which means you can have instant fun and instant wins from your mobile device or computer. Register to play digital instants today for a whole new way to win. Now pitching for the Red Sox, number 35, Max Carlson.
Music pull you in, could jump right in, or lose yourself again. As a southern wind sings again, and not a lullaby.
Salem makes a call to the bullpen, sponsored by the North Carolina Education Lottery. Right-hander Max Carlson takes over for the starter Noah Dean, asked to get the final out of this 5th. Alberto Hernandez in the right side, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Dean leaves the runner Casarella down at second. He led off this inning with a single and represents the go-ahead run here in the middle innings. 1-1 tie game. Salem leveling it up with an RBI single in the top of the 5th. 0-1 on Hernandez, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Fastball misses up and outside from Carlson. As it stands for Noah Dean, starter did not go long enough tonight to qualify for any sort of winning decision. Could be on the hook if Casarella makes it home. 4 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. Here's a bouncing ball hit deep in the hole is short. Backhanded by Zanatello. Long throw, a collision at first, but it makes it to the bag in time. Montero was stuck right on top of first base. Him and Hernandez a little hip check on the way by, but Montero holds on to it, and that is how the Woodpeckers go down in the bottom of the 5th. They strand a runner, and we remain tied at 1. On to the 6th inning next on FayettevilleWoodpeckers.com and MILB.TV.
5 years, Hutchins and the Woodpeckers would like to recognize the Hutchins Law Firm High Performance Season Ticket Holder of the Game, Shauna Leak. There she is. Cool as a fan. All right, Shauna.
Whatever you need, any time of the day or night. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow?
Yeah.
Fans, this Woodpeckers call to the bullpen is being brought to you by Black's Tire and Auto Services. Now pitching for the Woodpeckers, number 48, Hudson Leach.
Only when you come on down, won't you come on down? I said, my town. Oh, mama, when you come on down, won't you come on down? I said, my home. Oh, lady, won't you move my way? Can't you move my way? I'm getting hazy. Oh, mama, when you give your love, and when you give your love, you drive me crazy.
Leading off the top of the 6th inning, the shortstop, number 2, does it.
Izan Zanatello leads off the Salem 6th inning. The Woodpeckers make a pitching change as well. When it's time for a change, it's time to go to Black's Tire and Auto. Alonzo Treadwell with another great day. He continues upon his solid June. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Entering right-hander Hudson Leach to take on Zanatello at the top of the Red Sox order. Leadoff man takes a high ball for a 1-0 count. Zanatello is 0 for 2 with a fly out to right and a ground out to second. Hudson Leach working exclusively out of the stretch, brings it home, gets the swing and miss out of the righty shortstop, and it's 1-1. So Treadwell will settle for a no decision today, unable to grab a second victory, although pitched exceptionally well, one of his best starts of the year. 5 innings of 1-run ball. There's a knee-high strike taken by Zanatello, and it's 1-2. So Leach comes on, one of the newest Woodpeckers added from the Florida Complex League. Tonight his 5th game with the club, 0-1 record, a 4.26 ERA. Zanatello flies one towards the rain tarp. Santander drifting over. That ball gets out of play into the stands. So 1-2 the count on Zanatello. Leach exclusively a reliever so far this year with Fayetteville, over 6 1/3, 4 hits allowed, 3 earned runs. Racks up a good amount of swing and miss, 9 strikeouts over those 6 1/3 innings, 6 total walks as well, good for a 1.58 whip. Sweeps one outside, misses well off the plate. It's 2-2 on Zanatello. Kind of a quiet week at the plate and a lot of swing and miss for Zanatello. 8 strikeouts across 13 at bats, a combined 1 for 13 with a double. Next pitch, checks his swing. They appeal down to first, and he did not go. It was kind of an aggressive appeal down to first from Frank Jones. It was a two-handed appeal. The way he popped out of the crouch, you thought he was going to ring him up.
It's like he's pointing finger guns.
That's right. That was an intense appeal. 3-2, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Fastball close, but just a little bit low. And a leadoff walk with Hudson Leach coming into the game sends Zanatello down to first. Salem gets the go-ahead run aboard. Tied at 1, here's Antonio Anderson.
No walks from Treadwell in his outing tonight. Leach comes in and issues the free pass. Certainly don't want to make that a pattern.
Anderson a strikeout. Got caught looking in the first against Treadwell. Lined out to the second baseman Luciano in the fourth. And the first pitch in off of the plate for a ball. 1-0 on Anderson. Ranked as the number 18 prospect in the Boston minor league system according to MLB.com. 1-0 pitch inside towards his back thigh. 2 balls and no strikes on Anderson. He's a switch hitter, batting left primarily this week, but does more of his damage from the right side. He's a natural right-handed hitter, but started experimenting with that lefty swing when he was really young, only about 7 or 8 years old when he started to switch hit. Takes a strike, inner third of the plate, 2-1 the count. We talked a little bit about it earlier in the broadcast this week, but he built a friendship, Anderson, with Nico Goodrum and Nico's dad. Nico debuting with the Detroit Tigers a few years back. Anderson swings at a low slider. Nico's dad had a baseball facility in Fayetteville, Georgia, where Antonio did a lot of his training coming up and continued to experiment with the switch hitting ability. Infield pulled around to the right. Runner at first with nobody out. The pitch. And Anderson takes strike 3. A fastball at 93 right down the middle of the chute. And Anderson out number 1 of the 6th.
As far as switch hitting goes, I'd say he grew up watching Chipper Jones, but these guys are so young now that they really didn't get a chance to watch Chipper play, him being from Atlanta.
Yeah, now everybody's favorite Braves coming up are the current era of the Braves. The Ozzie Albies, the Ronald Acuñas. Nelly Taylor Jr. 0 for 2, couple of groundouts, takes strike 1. Taylor in his first pro season did not play after being drafted last year. Picked up in the 11th round last season by Boston out of Polk State at the junior college level. Here's the pitch. Low and inside. Gets away from Bush. Actually, it's right underneath him. He couldn't find it. Catcher got twisted around a bit. And Zanatello heads to second on what they'll call a wild pitch, a low changeup. Got caught right between Bush's legs.
I'm not sure if Zanatello knew that ball was right underneath him or not, but he knew that Bush couldn't find it. Good instincts to take off immediately, and by the time Bush got there, Zanatello was safely into second.
Hudson Leach set above the belt, checks second, throws. And Taylor with a big cut pulls the head out of the zone, missed a breaking ball. Leach, the non-drafted free agent signing by the Houston Astros out of the University of Miami, Ohio. Inked his free agent deal last year with Houston in July of 2023 after a college workout. Pitch out in front of the plate, good block by Bush. That'll keep the runner Zanatello down at second. Getting ready to celebrate a birthday tomorrow as well. Hudson Leach will be turning 22 years old tomorrow on June 16th, so a happy early birthday to Hudson. Originally born in Kansas City, Missouri. Zanatello off his second. 1 out and a 2-2 count on Taylor. Here's the break even. Got him swinging. Breaking ball below the zone. And Hudson Leach fans back-to-back Red Sox. 2 outs now for Marvin Alcantara.
That strikeout pitch has slowly but surely started to improve for Leach since he's got here. He struck out 5 straight batters a couple of weeks ago against Augusta. They certainly come in bunches, and great way to follow up a leadoff walk, back-to-back Ks.
Low scoring tonight, and now a battle of the bullpens. Leach out on the hill for the Woodpeckers. Max Carlson entered the game in the 5th for the Red Sox. Starters both going about 5 innings tonight. Treadwell 5, Dean 4 2/3. See which offense can crack the code against the relievers. First pitch swinging, and Alcantara whiffs at a big breaking ball. 0-1. Alcantara in the cleanup spot of the Salem lineup is one of the curious pieces about this starting nine because he's not a huge power hitter. Swings and misses at a breaking ball. Seen as a good defender. Had a big Dominican Summer League season where he hit over 300 in 2022, but he only has 5 home runs in his whole pro career across 3 seasons. 0-2. Leach with the runner at second, fires, got him on 3 pitches. High fastball blows away Alcantara, and after the leadoff walk, Hudson Leach mows down 3 straight Red Sox to hang a 0 in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the inning. It'll be Hernandez, Alberto Hernandez, Kenny Gomez, and Juan Santander coming to bat when we return.
Hometown hero, Private First Class Corbin Byers from Pickens, South Carolina. Private First Class Byers is currently serving as the unit chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear specialist, and is also the unit armorer due to his excellent work ethic and organizational skills. Fans, let's hear it for Private First Class Corbin Byers. The Fayetteville Woodpeckers thanks you for your service.
For freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Waited for him to back up when from out of nowhere a Mercedes Benz came cruising up and whipped right in
Back on the mound for the Red Sox, Max Carlson.
somewhere.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Woodpeckers, the center fielder, number 14, Kenny Gomez.
Saturday night ball game up for grabs tonight, tied at 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Kenny Gomez takes the first pitch outside. It's right-hander Max Carlson returning to the mound. He came out of the Salem bullpen in the 5th and picked up the final out behind the starter Noah Dean. Here's the 1-0. Gomez takes a changeup a little off the plate outside, and it's 2-0 to the lefty. Carlson is 2-0 on the year with a 2.89 ERA over 14 games with Salem. He did pitch in 1 relief outing with High A Greenville this year as well. Now the 2-0. Outside again. And Gomez comfortably in front. 3 balls and no strikes. Can wait for the perfect pitch. 5 saves and 7 opportunities this year, so he's worked a closer role at points on the season, but tonight just trying to hold the game level in the 6th. Gomez green-lighted on the 3-0, and he tips a fastball into the glove at 92 miles an hour. 3 balls and a strike. Carlson over 28 innings this year with 11 walks and 38 strikeouts. Gets a lot of swing and miss. The 3-1. Off the plate outside. 5-pitch walk. Begins the bottom of the 6th to Kenny Gomez. Leadoff man aboard for Juan Santander in the heart of the Fayetteville lineup here. The 3-4-5 for a 3rd time through. Santander into the right side. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a fly out to right field. Salem infield giving up the whole right side. Alcantara pinched over towards the middle from second. Out of the stretch, first pitch. Taken for a strike right on the outer third. 92 mile per hour fastball. Carlson, a 22-year-old and a former North Carolina Tar Heel. He went to high school, though, in Burnsville, Minnesota, and was drafted in the 12th round last year by Boston. Santander takes a high outside corner fastball again for strike 2, and patiently awaiting the right pitch, but down in an 0-2 hole. Salem 1 run on 3 hits tonight. The Woodpeckers 1 run on 5 hits. Most recently, a single from Xavier Casarella. Here's a roller off the end of the bat, riding the chalk line. Home plate umpire Frank Jones rules it foul. Mateo scooped the ball up directly in front of the first base bag, and it just barely motioned foul right before he gobbled it up. And Kenny Gomez will head back towards first base. Jeff Calhoun, Fayetteville first base coach, standing on first right now and examining that chalk line just to see if there might have been a nick anywhere. 0-2 on Santander. Next pitch goes up high to foul away, a fastball. So a lot of heat coming to one right now. Not too much off speed coming from Max Carlson. Woodpeckers saw this right-hander a few weeks back when they were on the road in Salem. And first time around against Fayetteville, Carlson went 1 inning, gave up a hit and an earned run. Pickoff throw to first to check up on Gomez. Both teams have been aggressive on the bases today. Salem has attempted to steal a few times. The Woodpeckers have swiped 3 bags against McElvany behind the plate. Here's the 0-2. Up and outside. It goes to 1-2 on Santander. 0 for 2 tonight, now 2 for 13 in the series. Fayetteville still hoping that Santander can pick it up in the middle to late stages of June and really fill out that cleanup hitter role that was left open by Oliver Carrillo's promotion. Slider down and away, and the count fills. Santander working along at bat against Carlson. Carlson has started to lengthen out a little bit in June. He went 3 innings on June 4th against Down East. 2 innings his last time out. Strikes out Santander, a breaking ball below the zone, and he waited until deep in the count to pull the string. All fastball early. The curveball wipes out Santander for the second time. He goes to 0 for 3. And now it's Cesar Hernandez.
Nasty drop on that one from Carlson. Also moved 1.5 feet horizontally. That is really tough to pick up as a hitter.
Tied at 1 out in the 6th, and Gomez leading off at first. Hernandez reached on a throwing error last time around. First to pivot and a throw to first to check up on Gomez. Between Noah Dean and Max Carlson, that Salem dugout is telling their pitchers to throw over pretty much every time there's a runner on. They've been maximizing their pickoff moves tonight. Hernandez waiting for the first pitch. Here it is. Low outside changeup. It's 1-0. Hernandez with a triple yesterday, an extra base hit in 3 straight games. No Woodpecker has 4 straight games with an extra base hit. Third baseman Anderson well off of the line. Hernandez takes a rip at a low fastball, comes up empty. 1 ball and 1 strike. A strikeout against Dean in the 2nd. The throwing error putting him on in the 4th. Here's the 1-1. Up and inside, sends Hernandez leaning out of the way, and it's 2-1. What you love about Cesar in these spots, that 1 out, even something on the ground, is very difficult for any infield to turn a double play. He constantly beats out double play chances. 2-1. And a slider misses low. You're obviously looking to avoid the ground ball right here, but I've seen a lot of occasions this year where something ends up on the ground, runner at first base, and Cesar beats the throw over on the double play attempt by a step or 2.
Can't rule out the bunt either.
Yep. Fayetteville shown a willingness last couple of weeks to drop down the occasional bunt. Here's the pitch just off of the outside corner. That pitch was too far outside. Trackman had it about 2 or 3 inches off of the plate, and you can tell the Saturday night crowd at Segra Stadium didn't have their vision blurred on that one.
That's a bad miss right there. See if Hernandez can refocus, ask for time, which is probably the best thing he could have done after that.
Carlson up to 20 pitches through an inning of work, got the last out of the 5th. 3-2 payoff. Down and inside, it almost hits Hernandez, goes to the backstop, and perhaps it did. They will say that it clipped Hernandez on the way by, just barely near the right ankle. A hit by pitch. Ball's ruled dead. And Kenny Gomez heads to second. Hernandez aboard at first. 2 on for the Woodpeckers with 1 out. Now it's Victor Diaz.
Hasn't been smooth for Carlson, despite him getting the last out of the 5th relatively easily. Had to work to get Santander. And on the outside of that, a walk and a hit batter, which would have been ball 4 anyways. He's kind of been all over the place.
Base umpire goes to grab one of the rosin bags behind the mound and throw it back a little further as Victor Diaz stands in. And here's the pitch. Swinging a pop fly off to the right side and into the stands. I say one of the rosin bags because there's 2 rosin bags on the back of the mound right now. Is that normal, Colin? I don't remember seeing that. Double rosin bags out there on the field.
Usually just the one.
Take your pick. Maybe one for the Woodpeckers, 1 for Salem. After the foul ball, first and second, the runners lead. The 0-1 misses low. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Diaz. Great home debut for Victor the other night. Homered in his first game at Segra Stadium. That was in the win on Wednesday. And on top of that, he had a 3-hit game. No hits since Wednesday, though, for Diaz. A combined 3 for 9 in the series. Here's a pitch outside. Kicks off to the right of McKelveny, and both runners are moving on. Carlson slipped a breaking ball over towards the left-handed batter's box. McKelveny stopped it from going to the backstop. Could not pick it cleanly, though, and Gomez heads to third. Hernandez trails to second.
He recovered quickly. The problem was his only play was potentially at second, but you got Cesar Hernandez running. Not a very high percentage throw, smart to eat it.
Diaz ahead 2-1, 0 for 2 on the day. Second and third, the runners now. Swings and misses at a slider. He tipped it, actually. That ball got through McKelveny as well. But the play is dead. Diaz in a 2-2 count. Juaner Luciano is in the on-deck circle. Woodpeckers trying to grab their second lead of the night. Led 1-0 briefly until Salem tied it. The 2-2 coming. Diaz takes a high fastball up above the shoulders, fills the count 3-2. Open base down at first. A walk could potentially load him up for Luciano. Salem bullpen quiet, with Carlson having to throw a lot of pitches, over 20 of them in this inning. The 3-2 payoff. Diaz swings, ground ball left side, picked by Anderson, going to the plate. The tag by McKelveny gets Gomez in time. Gomez is out sliding in. This game remains tied at 1. Hernandez goes to third, but a heads-up play by Antonio Anderson, the third baseman fielding that ground ball shallow enough to zip the throw to the plate and give McKelveny the time to drop the tag on Gomez.
It's been a really good defensive game by the Salem Red Sox. A few plays by Zanatello at short, despite him also making an error. He had the big relay back in the second inning that prevented a run from scoring, and now Anderson heads up play, recognizing that runner Gomez is going to take off on a ball on the ground, fired it home, and a nice tag by McKelveny.
Quick meeting on the mound. The Salem pitching coach, Juan Rivera, will bring the entire infield into conference, how they want to go about first and third situation, with Juaner Luciano waiting in the wings. Fayetteville got their lone run in the third on an RBI ground out from Alberto Hernandez that scored Ochoa. Salem tied the game in the fifth on an RBI single from Daniel McKelveny. So 2 runners still on. They're at the corners, and after the meeting on the mound, Juaner Luciano standing in. Red Sox giving up the right side. Alcantara towards the middle. Carlson gets his sign. Target set up and in on Lucy. First pitch right on the inner third of the plate. Perfectly placed. 92-mile-per-hour fastball for strike 1. Carlson has given up at least 1 earned run in his 2 games during June. It was one of Salem's best relievers in the back end of May. Pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Between May 15th and May 28th, a span of 4 games, he gave up just 1 run across 7 relief innings. As we mentioned, he's been a closer at times this year. High leverage, middle inning outs here tonight. And a fastball delivered in there for a strike. Luciano now in a 1-2 hole. 1 for 2 today. Luciano with one of the 5 Fayetteville hits. It was a single in the second. Big play earlier. He was thrown out trying to score on a Casarella double at the plate. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball out towards short. Shuffling to his left, Zanatello. Quick flip to second. Forces out Diaz and ends the Woodpeckers' threat. Fayetteville Strands runners on the corners. They go scoreless in the 6th, and we remain tied on to the final third of our ball game. It's the Red Sox 1, the Woodpeckers 1 on the Woodpeckers Broadcast Network.
Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you.
Fans, it's time for the last call for any alcohol. Alcohol purchases at our concession stands will be cut off at the start of the 9th inning. Last call. Last call for alcohol. We'd also like to say thanks to all of our groups in attendance tonight. Take a look at the big board, and when you see your name, make some noise to let us know where you're sitting.
In his octopus's garden in the shade, I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. We would be warm below the storm in our little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed in an octopus's garden near a cave. We would sing and dance around because we know we can't be found.
Back on the mound for the Woodpeckers.
We are into the 7th, locked at 1. Hudson Leach returns to the mound. Limited offense for both sides tonight, just a combined 8 hits on Margaritaville night. Hudson Leach returns to the mound. Let's send it back over to Colin now for the play-by-play once again.
Thank you so much, Chappie. Leach coming off of 3 straight strikeouts to end the 6th inning following a leadoff walk. Nathaniel Uten swings at the first pitch, down and in for a strike. Uten 0 for 2 tonight, returns to the lineup after having yesterday off, a strikeout and a groundout. Salem getting out of the 6th inning with a couple of runners left on by Fayetteville. Pitch goes through the mitt of Bush. It's a ball. Woodpeckers have left half a dozen runners on base so far tonight. Salem's left 3 on. The first 12 batters of the game were retired by starter Alonzo Treadwell for the Woodpeckers. Uten out in front, wraps it foul towards the home dugout. Ball game tied after 6. 8th such occasion for the Woodpeckers this year. They're 3-4. And the score has been even through 6. 2-1 at home. 1-2. A late swing from Uten. 4 straight strikeouts for Hudson Leach. 1 away. Something about pitching at this ballpark brings out the best in Hudson Leach.
Yeah, he's mixing speeds right now and using the fastball in the upper part of the strike zone to get some swing and miss out of these Red Sox.
Brings up Albert Feliz. Singled his last time around against Treadwell. And was swinging for the fences there. Comes up empty. Good breaking ball from Leach. Leach, the former Miami, Ohio Red Hawk. Fastball in for a strike. Finished his career in the MAC. Started it at Creighton in the Big East. Out in Omaha, Nebraska, where the College World Series is being played at the moment. 0-2. Feliz can't catch up to that fastball. 5 straight strikeouts once again for Leach.
Yeah, it's not a blow you away type of fastball, 95 or mid-90s like that, 91 miles an hour, but it's right where you need it, up at the top of the zone, not too high to where it's an easy take, and Feliz must have struggled to see the release coming out of the hand because he was way late on 91.
2 down for Daniel McKelveny, another right-hander. Takes a fastball up high. And for those who played in the MAC last year, they certainly saw a lot of this out of Hudson Leach. 50 strikeouts in 31 1/3 innings for Miami. Breaking ball, close pitch, doesn't get the call, 2-0. Didn't have that same strikeout success at Creighton. Had 12 strikeouts in 11 2/3 in 2022. Gets a slider in there for a strike on McKelveny. He was driven in the only run tonight for Salem, an RBI single. That was in the 5th. 2-1. A little bit low on the changeup. Once again, just missing. Salem trying to secure the series victory for the second time this season against the Woodpeckers. They've already clinched the season series with their 7th win against Fayetteville yesterday. Pitch misses in the dirt for ball 4, so the strikeout streak comes to an end, and the go-ahead run is aboard with 2 outs for the Red Sox. McKelveny down to first. So Stanley Tucker will get a chance with 2 down. Leach back on the rubber. Tucker tonight 0 for 2, a ground out and a punch out. McKelveny off of first. First pitch misses. Bush throws down, but McKelveny dives back safely. Leach has had the strikeout pitch working tonight, and that was the case for another Woodpecker 1 year ago today. This day in Fayetteville Woodpeckers history, June 15th, 2023. Left-hander and former Astros 4th-round pick Trey Dombrowski struck out 9 over 6 innings against the Columbia Fireflies. Called strike 1 on Stanley Tucker. It was a 5-4 victory for the Woodpeckers, a 4-3 victory over Columbia. Luis Encarnacion launched his 4th home run of the season to help in that victory. 1-1. Line drive from Tucker. That's into right field for a hit. Ochoa throws it in quickly. McKelveny stops at second. First hit allowed by Hudson Leach. 2-out rally here for Salem. 9-hitter Juan Montero coming to the plate. 1-1 the score.
And it's just going to come down tonight to perhaps who can capitalize on one of these innings where you have a pair of runners on. You know, the Woodpeckers fell a little short last time around. Get 2 on by walk and hit by pitch. Can't score them. And now here's Salem countering. Good news is, though, 2 outs and try and prevent the 2-out rally against the bottom of the order.
Montero hoping for a similar result to what he had 2 nights ago in the 7th inning. Blasted a no-doubt 2-run home run down the left field line for his first of the year. Chance to give his team the lead here on this Saturday night in front of a big crowd on the road. Leach a glance at second. First pitch. Fastball outside corner. Woodpeckers looking to turn the tides late in the first half. 1-9 in their last 10 games, thanks in large part to being swept by Columbia last week. 0-1. Jammed foul back into the screen. Despite that 1-9 record over the last 10, a lot of them have been similar situations as to tonight. Close ball games where ultimately they fell a big hit or 2 short. Weren't able to prevent the big hit on the other side. Chance for Leach to do that here. McKelveny at second, Tucker at first. The 0-2. Foul back. Montero late on it again. Fastball in the low 90s for Hudson Leach. That one at 92, middle away. Some stirring going on in the Woodpeckers bullpen. Nobody throwing just yet. Big lead off of second. Breaking ball misses outside. McKelveny was about halfway to third on that secondary. Second baseman Luciano about 10 steps away from the base. keeping an eye on the Salem catcher. 1-2, swing and a miss. Montero blown away by another fastball. Leach strikes out the side for the second straight inning, and Salem leaves a pair on. We go to the stretch on Margaritaville night here in Fayetteville. 1-1 between the Woodpeckers and the Red Sox.
Get on your feet and help us sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Sing a little louder. So it's Root Packers. Sing it loud. At the old attaboy, Packers, attaboy.
Reaching out, touching me, touching you.
Let's get loud, Pecker fans.
Sweet Caroline.
Ba, ba, ba.
Good times never seem so good.
So good. So good.
I've been inclined
Ba, ba, ba.
to believe there never was, but now I look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurt, hurting runs off my shoulders. How can I hurt?
Leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Woodpeckers, the third baseman, number 16, Xavier Casarella.
Xavier Casarella leading it off. Bottom 7, 1-1 between Salem and Fayetteville. Casarella 2 for 2. He drives one out towards left field. Tucker back by the wall, and he makes the catch. A collective exhale throughout Segra Stadium. Another well-hit ball from Xavier Casarella, and he missed, giving the Woodpeckers the lead by a matter of feet.
Yeah, Colin, his timing has been fantastic tonight. He's 3 for 3 in terms of finding a barrel. And he hit that 343 where it's about 350 or so, just short, and good route taken on that ball by Tucker as well.
Max Carlson, the big sigh of relief, and he gets Will Bush to pop one up on the infield. Carlson pointing at it. He'll be the one to take it, and he makes the catch. So 2 pitches, 2 outs for Max Carlson. And back to the top of the order, here's Neomar Ochoa Jr. A lot of this Saturday night crowd still here to stick around for what should be a fun conclusion between Salem and Fayetteville. We've already had some chaotic games between these two teams over the course of the season series. First pitch to Ochoa, he's late on it. Of course, Wednesday night, Chase Jaworski, 2-run walk-off single, gave the Woodpeckers the win in 11 innings. 3 extra inning games between these two teams this year. A high fastball, Ochoa lets it go. Even the 12-6 game on Thursday, the Woodpeckers trailed 6-0. Alejandro Nunez with a grand slam to cut the lead to 1 in the middle innings. Salem, of course, would go on to win the game comfortably. Taken low by Ochoa, 3-1. He launched his 3rd double of the series back in the 2nd inning. Carlson's pitch, breaking ball, strike 2. There is a righty starting to throw in the Fayetteville bullpen. So we'll see if Hudson Leach is due to come out for an 8th inning. Time called late by Neomar. Run on 5 hits, no errors tonight for the Woodpeckers. 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error for Salem. The 2-2. And Ochoa down on a knee, swings and misses. Second strikeout for Max Carlson as he delivers a 1-2-3, bottom of the 7th inning. We go to the 8th, still a 1-1 ball game at Segra Stadium between the Woodpeckers and the Salem Red Sox.
Fans, let's go down to Action Jackson, who's with our contestants for the lay toss. Take it away, Action.
That's right, that's right. Thank you, Ray. We've got Jake and Allison and Jacob and Bree over here with us on top of the dugout. It's Margaritaville night. We all got some lays. They're going to be tossing these lays. Best of 4, see who can't stack more lays on top of their partner. You guys ready? Whenever you're ready, on your mark, get set, go. Let's see who can get the most lays on 2. Oh, man. This one doesn't count. Redo this one. It looks like we've wrapped up over here. We'll give them 10 more seconds. We're having some issues getting them untangled. 5, 4, oh no, 3, 2 for 1. Oh man, all right, I think we're gonna end it in a tie tonight, guys. It's a tie for the lay contest. That means they're gonna both go away with some prizes. Let's give it up for our 4 contestants.
For the Woodpeckers, Hudson Leach.
The sun is fully set here at 460 Hayes Street. We got a good one brewing. 1-1 the score between the Woodpeckers and the Salem Red Sox. Top of the order due up for Salem, Hudson Leach. Back on the mound, and to take us through the conclusion on the play-by-play, here's Andrew Chapman.
All right, thank you, Colin. A very still and warm 82-degree night in downtown Fayetteville. The very first pitch to Zanatello is popped way up into the night sky, and it comes down into the glove of Alberto Hernandez, just out there from short in the shallow left field grass. And Hudson Leach has fired off 2 1/3 scoreless tonight with 6 strikeouts, fanning the side in the 6th and the 7th. Now it's Antonio Anderson, the switch hitter, out to the left side of the plate, 0 for 2 today. Pair of strikeouts, 1 against Leach in the 6th, and also a line out Luciano's way at second. The first pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 0-1 on Anderson. 4th time through the Salem lineup, locked at 1 in the late innings. Infield pulled around to the right side, shifted against Anderson. He knuckles a pop fly along the third base side, in foul ground. Leach sprinting off of the mound. Casarella hustling over, but nobody can get there. The ball lands foul inside of the third base coach's box. Straight up infield would have been able to make the play, but the Woodpeckers shifted over. Couldn't get a fielder over there in time. So Anderson in an 0-2 count. The 3rd round pick, 83rd overall selection in the 2023 draft, number 18 prospect inside the top 20 in the Boston system. The kick in the 0-2. He swings away, hits a high fly out into right. Ochoa gets back. He's at the wall and it's gone. Go-ahead home run for Antonio Anderson. Puts Salem ahead 2-1 in the 8th. His 2nd home run of the series. And a huge home run in the late innings.
I'll tell you what, Antonio Anderson has taken the Carolina League by storm this week. A guy who'd been struggling much of the first couple of months of his professional career, but he's made a lot of great swings, had a home run in the opener, a big-time shot to give the Red Sox their first lead.
Anderson down the stairwell of the dugout. He has injected some energy in that visiting side. A couple of Red Sox fans in attendance as well. Excited to see Anderson go deep. 2-1 Salem as they grab their first lead of the night. Now it's Nelly Taylor Jr. into the left side. The first pitch missed low. Here comes the 1-0 from Leach. And he spins a breaking ball in there for strike one. And all that was given up by Leach, contact-wise, was the Stanley Tucker single to right on a line drive in the 7th. But Anderson gets all of that ball and gives the Red Sox the advantage. Now a swing and miss out of Taylor. And it's 1-2. And it felt like tonight was going to come down to either somebody converting a timely hit with a runner in scoring position, or what we just saw, somebody laying into one. The 1-2 offer and a tipped foul off of Bush's gear. And it stays where it is, 1-2 on Taylor. Taylor's 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a strikeout tonight for the Salem center fielder. Next pitch, swings and pulls a sharp ground ball out towards second base. Taylor made for Luciano. He scoops and throws to first for out number 2. And Nelly Taylor, 3-hitter, goes to 0 for 4 tonight. Now it's Marvin Alcantara, but before he is announced, Ricky Rivera, Fayetteville skipper, is making the walk out of the bullpen and will turn to the pen. Walk to the mound, that is, will turn to the pen with 2 outs in the 8th and go to the third arm of the night, second reliever. Well, Hudson Leach dazzled for a couple of innings. 6 strikeouts tonight for Leach as he departs. That'll go as a season high for the righty, but it gives up the go-ahead home run to Anderson to give Salem the 2-1 lead. This call to the bullpen sponsored by Black's Tire and Auto. When it's time for a change, it's time to go to Black's Tire and Auto. Wilmy Sanchez out of the pen. We'll tell you about him when we come back. 2 outs, nobody on base in the Salem 8th.
This Woodpeckers call to the bullpen is being brought to you by Black's Tire and Auto Services. Now pitching for the Woodpeckers, number 36, Wilmy Sanchez.
Le puse tu hermano a Dios y la vuelta se me dio porque yo estoy bendecido. Han tratado de meterme el pie pa' que resbale y no han podido. Todo lo que soñaba ayer, hoy en día lo estoy viviendo. A veces no sé pa' dónde ir, pero no olvido de dónde vengo. Y yo siempre le doy gracias a Dios por todas las cosas que tengo. Entre tanta gente falsa, yo real me mantengo. Yeah, cada vez menos a mí.
Marvin Alcantara set to face the new Fayetteville reliever. Righty Wilmy Sanchez takes over out of the pen behind Hudson Leach. Nobody on base, 2 outs in the Salem 8th inning. Alcantara stands in 1 for 3 with a single and a run. First pitch called to strike just above the belt. It's 0-1. Sanchez 0-1 on the year with a 4.84 ERA, his 15th relief appearance tonight. 28 strikeouts and 17 walks over 22 1/3. Misses a little bit low. 1-1 on Alcantara. Antonio Anderson, though, moments ago against Hudson Leach, giving the Red Sox their first lead of the night, 2-1 on a fly over the right center field wall. Outside fastball goes to 2-1 on Alcantara. So the Woodpeckers will have 6 outs to play with tonight, try to overcome their first deficit of the game, as they did Wednesday when trailing 7-5 in extras. 2-1 pitch hovers over the plate, off speed from Sanchez to square it up at 2-2. Salem now with 2 runs on 5 hits, both sides tonight with 5 hits. Nothing major, just a lot of singles prior to the blast from Anderson. 2-2 coming. Fastball blows him away swinging. And Wilmy Sanchez quickly retires Marvin Alcantara to get to the bottom of the 8th. Now the Woodpeckers got to respond. We go home half of the inning. 2-1 Salem on the Anderson home run. You're tuned in to Woodpeckers Baseball live in downtown Fayetteville.
Attention to the video board for the Capital One What's in Your Wallet Shuffle. Keep your eyes on the Capital One Venture X card and guess which Capital One wallet it's in at the end. Let us know, is it 1, 2, or 3? If you guessed the Capital One Venture card was in Wallet 1, you are correct. Current Capital One card holders, to take advantage of the great benefits, visit MLB.com/Capital One. Woodpecker fans, what's in your wallet? Hey fans, we have a deal for you. Act tonight and get BOGO. That's buy one, get one free tickets for next Tuesday and or Wednesday's games. On your way out, make sure to visit the box office on your left and take advantage of some free tickets for Woodpeckers baseball. As a reminder, tonight only, visit the box office on your way out for buy one, get one tickets for the next week's Tuesday and or Wednesday's games. See you next week for more baseball. Good tonight only. Leading off the bottom of the 8th inning for the Woodpeckers, the shortstop, number 11, Alberto Hernandez.
Fayetteville trails 2-1 after an Antonio Anderson home run. We enter the bottom of the 8th inning, and Alberto Hernandez swings and misses at the first pitch from Max Carlson. Salem right-hander is through 2 1/3 innings of hitless, scoreless relief since coming on behind the starter Noah Dean in the 5th inning. Hernandez takes a high strike on a slider. It's quickly 0-2. He'll be followed by the lefty on deck, Kenny Gomez, and then Juan Santander into the heart of the Fayetteville order, the 2-3-4 for a 4th time. Here comes the Y and the 0-2. Hernandez strikes out on 3 pitches, beat with a high fastball at 90 miles an hour. Might have been more of a cut variety to the high outside corner of the zone, and Hernandez goes to 0 for 4. Fayetteville down to their final 5 outs on the evening. Now it's Kenny Gomez, 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a strikeout.
This is a part of the order that can really make something happen with 1 or 2 swings.
First pitch to Gomez. Called a strike, and that was too far outside, but the zone expanding on Kenny. Kenny shaking his head a bit, and he knew it. Next pitch. Shoots it foul into the screen. Fayetteville with 5 hits on the night, but as we mentioned, Carlson's kept him without a hit over 2 2/3. Last knock was Xavier Casarella's single that led off the 5th inning. Only base runners have come by walk and hit by pitch since. And here's a hit by pitch. Fastball running inside on Gomez. It grazes him on the outside of the right hand. And the Woodpeckers are given a gift. Tying run on base, hit by pitch with a 2-strike count, and Juan Santander, the go-ahead run, stands in, the cleanup hitter.
And those are the ones that can really frustrate you as a pitcher. You lose a guy with 2 strikes. You got to be able to have a quick memory, especially when that represents the tying run. We'll see how Carlson responds.
Gomez on for a 3rd time. Now it's Santander. Quiet night in the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts and a fly out to right field. Takes the first pitch, a fastball for a called strike right on the outside corner. Carlson is just 1 out shy, 2 out shy, make it from a season-long day. He went 3 1/3 hitless back on April 11th, just his 2nd game of the season on the road in Delmarva. 0-1, hit hard but foul off to the right field concourse. And Santander just a little tardy on the 90-mile-per-hour cutter. Gomez at first with 1 out. 2-1 Red Sox were in the bottom of the 8th. Middle infield pinching, double play depth, the 0-2. Santander fouls away a high one. Count holds where it is. Around the Carolina League tonight, divisional races continue to shape up in the north and the south. The north a little more tightly packed at the top than the South Division, which is a race between Kannapolis and Carolina. I'll make it Columbia, pardon me. Here's the 0-2. Again to Santander, and he takes just outside. 75-mile-per-hour slider, and he didn't bite. Good take. Kannapolis does trail tonight 7-4 on the road against Delmarva. Meanwhile, the Columbia Fireflies, they grabbed a victory, 5-4 over Myrtle Beach, and have a chance to gain a game on the Ballers and get within 3.5 of first place. Could start to get interesting in the South.
Getting interesting in both divisions right now with Kannapolis and Carolina scuffling a little bit down the stretch.
The Mudcats are seeing the field creep up on them. 3.5-game lead over Down East, 4-game lead over Lynchburg. Santander flails at a curveball low below the zone and strikes out for the third time in this game. 2 outs in the Woodpecker 8th inning. And with Gomez holding at first base, it'll be Cesar Hernandez. Meanwhile, Lynchburg won tonight. They defeat Augusta 7-4 at home. And the first place Carolina Mudcats, they fall at home 6-4 to Fredericksburg. They gave up 4 runs to the Frednats while leading in the top of the 9th. And the Lynchburg Hillcats are now within 3 games of Carolina.
They've leapfrogged Down East for second, and Mudcats, you blink and they were up, I think, 6.5, 7 games. Things can change quickly in the Carolina League. They also have a lot of games left to play next week against a Columbia Fireflies who is still very much in the playoff hunt in the South.
Yeah, there's makeup games for Carolina, which makes things interesting. There's only 4 games technically left in the first half for all the teams that are caught up. Hernandez swings and tips the first pitch into the glove, but Carolina has to make up 2 games, I believe, complete a suspended game, make up a postponed game.
Yep.
So they technically have 6 games left to affect the standings. 50 pitches now on the night for Max Carlson. Ahead 0-1 on Hernandez. Gomez off of first, the pitch. Fastball called to strike. Down to the outer edge.
It'll be the nice dichotomy of that series. You've got Columbia, who's happy they have more games to play. And for the Carolina, they're probably not hoping to play those games, but they'll have to if it impacts postseason play for the first half.
0-2 with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Gomez breaking, and Hernandez striking out swinging. Curveball by Carlson got Santander and Hernandez. He strikes out 3 Woodpeckers in the 8th inning and holds the 2-1 Red Sox lead as we go to the 9th next on FanvilleWoodpeckers.com and MILB.TV.
Tonight's Dick's House of Sport Speed Pitcher winner is Connor. He threw a ball 83 miles per hour. Connor, please head to guest services to claim your prize. Once again, congratulations to Connor. Fans, be one of the first 1,000 fans inside the gates on June 22nd to get your hands on a Miles Morales bobblehead, courtesy of our friends at the Governor's Institute.
You hardly ever saw Granddaddy down here. They only come a town about.
Back on the mound for the Woodpeckers, Wilmy Sanchez.
They buy 100 pounds of yeast and some copper line.
Leading off the top of the 9th inning for the Red Sox, the right fielder, number 22.
Nathaniel Utan leads off the Salem 9th inning. Wilmy Sanchez returns to the mound for the Woodpeckers and misses low and outside with ball one. Red Sox out in front 2-1 tonight. Lowest scoring game of the series. And Salem out in front on an Antonio Anderson solo home run in the 8th. The 1-0 pulled on a line out into right field. U10 got a pitch in the upper third of the zone. And Yanks his first hit of the night for a leadoff single. So man aboard for Albert Feliz. Salem jumps ahead in the hit column. Their 6th base hit of the night. And now Feliz, who's 1 for 3 with a single of his own.
All 6 have come in the 5th inning or later because Salem was unable to get a base runner through the first 4. Testament to how good Alonzo Treadwell was in the start.
Here's the set by Sanchez and the first pitch, low and outside.
And just another example of how you need multiple runs against this Salem offense. They can light a fire pretty quickly. Woodpeckers took that 1-0 lead in the 3rd, but they needed a couple more to really put their pitchers in good position to succeed as far as maintaining the lead.
Here's the 1-0 to Feliz. High fastball, runner going, the throw down in time. Will Bush throws out Nathaniel U10. Luciano drops the tag right on the hand of U10 diving in. Salem has not been all that aggressive tonight compared to what we saw yesterday, and on Will Bush's first chance to fire one down, he's 1 for 1. So 1 out. Feliz now in the 2-0 count. He takes a fastball for a strike at 95. Good velo coming in from Wilmy tonight. And it's 2 balls and a strike.
One of those plays you might want to remember in case Fayetteville picks up a run in the bottom half.
Keep this a 1-run game. The Woodpeckers just 1 equalizing swing away. Come the bottom of the 9th. Sanchez nods the head, throws the 2-1. Gets a swing and miss. Feliz went after a changeup in the dirt. 2-2. The High A Ball Club tonight in the South Atlantic League. The Asheville Tourists are on the road. They're in the middle of the 9th, and in fact, their game has just gone final against Greenville. They fall to the Red Sox High A affiliate 8-4 on the road. 2-2 pitch and a pop-up along the first baseline. Santander drifts behind the bag, crosses into foul territory, and makes the catch for out number 2.
And we mentioned Trey Dombrowski earlier in the broadcast, what he did a year ago here in Fayetteville. He had a nice outing in relief, went 3 scoreless innings. A couple of home runs hit by Asheville as well. Garrett Guillemette, Austin Deming both leaving the yard.
Yeah, those 2 guys had 2 RBI days. Carlos Calderon gave up the bulk of the runs, 7 earned on 9 hits, over 4 1/3 against Greenville. Bases clear, 2 outs for Daniel McKelveny, the 7-hitter and catcher. First pitch low off the outside corner for ball 1. In Double-A Corpus Christi in the Texas League, the Corpus Christi Hooks are currently no-hitting the San Antonio Missions. Fastball in at 95 for strike 1 to McKelveny. Level count 1-1. On the mound tonight for Corpus Christi, Jake Bloss.
Of course it is.
5 hitless. He has walked 3, but he struck out 4. Low and outside pitch. We kind of, half jokingly, I guess, earlier in this broadcast said Jake Bloss to Houston unless the health of the staff can keep up. But the way he's pitching, may very well find himself at the very least in AAA pretty soon, the 3rd-round pick from last season.
And that's what Dana Brown kind of alluded to about a week ago, saying we'd like to maybe see him in Sugar Land at some point, but he keeps pitching like this. They're going to welcome him with open arms up there.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Daniel McKelveny ready. Swings and pops it up. Foul ground first base side again. Santander drifting over. And it falls into the crowd for a foul ball. It was the Seattle Mariners last year who promoted.
Right.
It was Brian Wu directly from their Double-A affiliate to the big league club. And Wu's starting to carve out a nice little start to his big league career.
Don't see it too often. Another example of former Campbell, Zach Neto with the Angels.
That's right, on the position side of things. Angels shortstop now. 2-2, Sanchez coming home to McKelveny. Strikes him out with a breaking ball. And Wilmy Sanchez, with a little bit of help from his catcher, faces the minimum in the 9th. Low-scoring 1-run game tonight. in the Ville. Salem 2, Woodpeckers 1. It'll be Diaz, Luciano, and Casarella coming to the plate to try and win it when we come back.
We're back here tomorrow night for Father's Day. And Kids Run the Bases post-game. Fans, this is another pitching change brought to you by Digital Instance from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Now you can play right from your phone or computer and win real cash prizes. Go to nclottery.com right now to get 20 free games of Mighty Mustang with a $10 deposit. Enter code BASEBALL10. That's baseball 10. Now pitching for the Red Sox, number 20, Francis Hernandez. All right, fans, get off your seats and on your feet. It's time for the
Final chances for the Woodpeckers tonight, trailing 2-1 to Salem. And the Red Sox turn to the bullpen after 3 1/3 hitless innings from Max Carlson. It's the right-hander Francis Hernandez, who was out on the mound in the 11th inning on Wednesday and gave up 3 runs to the Woodpeckers when trailing 7-5 as Fayetteville walked it off. His first pitch to Victor Diaz, a strike. Victor swings and grounds the 0-1 pitch foul left of third and is quickly down 0-2. Victor Diaz, Juaner Luciano, and Xavier Casarella here against Francis Hernandez. Working quickly. Next pitch. Tapped out. Left side of the mound. Fernandez off the field. Sidearms a throw to first, and it pulls Montero off of the bag. Diaz is safe. Montero had to sidestep into foul territory to corral that throw, and he's telling base umpire Jared Neal that he thought he hung on to the bag. Not the case. Diaz is on, and we'll have a pinch runner here. E1 on the throwing error as Hernandez allows the tying run to reach. And pinch hitting for the Woodpecker, pinch running is Alejandro Nunez. 2-1 Salem. Juaner Luciano stands in. Nobody out. Tying run on. Bottom 9. Middle infield at double play depth. Hernandez pivots and throws to first to check up on Nunez. See how aggressive Ricky Rivera wants to be, giving the signs over there at third. Nunez on the year has stolen 7 bases in 8 attempts. High success rate. Here's the set from Hernandez on the hill. The pitch to Luciano. Swings away, sends a fly out into right center. Taylor cutting over to his left. The center fielder makes the catch in the gap for out number 1. Drew a big reaction out of the crowd as Luciano nearly squared one up, but didn't get all of it. And now it's Xavier Casarella, who 3 times tonight has made hard contact. A double off the top of the left center field wall in the second. Sent a fly ball to the left center field warning track his last time around. X locked in tonight. And first a pickoff throw to first to check up on Nunez. Francis Hernandez on the year has had struggles. He gave up 7 earned runs over an inning on 5 hits against Down East on June 8th. And his season numbers have him at an 8.58 ERA in 16 games. Runners going. Nunez to second. Pitches a strike. McKelvey's throw is in time to get Nunez. Alcantara tags Nunez on the left shoulder, diving in. And it was not a particularly close play. Nunez was out by a good half foot. So they do give him the green light, but the tying run is erased, and it'll now be represented by Casarella at the plate. Woodpeckers down to their final out, hitless since the 5th inning. Pitch to Casarella, down and away. 2 for 3 game for Casarella, now 3 for 10 in the series. Also singled against the starter Noah Dean in the 5th, but no hits against the Salem bullpen tonight. And the difference in Antonio Anderson's solo home run in the 8th inning. Outside pitch gets it to 2-1 on Casarella. Here's the wind and the offer. Low again. 3 balls and a strike. If Casarella can get aboard, Fayetteville will have a favorable matchup with a lefty and the raw power of Will Bush. 3-1 coming. Breaking ball hovers to the inside corner. Called a strike, and it's 3-2. That pitch did just grab the low inside part of the zone, according to the Stadium Hawkeye system. Down to their final strike tonight. Hernandez into the motion. The payoff pitch. Grounder, right side. Fielded off the line by Montero. A sprint to the bag. Montero stomps on first, and the Saturday night ball game comes to a close. The Woodpeckers go hitless against the Salem bullpen tonight over the span of 4 1/3 innings. And they fall 2-1 to the Red Sox, who have grabbed this series on the road with their 4th win in 5 games. Antonio Anderson's solo home run in the 8th inning, the game-deciding swing tonight. Final line scores in this one: Fayetteville 1 run on 5 hits, no errors. Salem 2 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. Stick around. Our post-game coverage is coming up. Colin and I will recap the scoring in this one, bringing the final line totals for one final time, and get you set for tomorrow's pitching matchup in the series wrap-up between Fayetteville and Salem. 2-1 the final score. Post-game show around the corner next from Sagres Stadium. Stay tuned.
And the pilot looked just like me. Mixed with Zach Galifianakis. La la la, whatever. La la la, it doesn't matter. La la la, oh well. La la la, we're going at it tonight, tonight. There's a party on the rooftop, top of the world tonight, tonight. And we're dancing on the edge of the Hollywood sign. I don't know if I'll make it, but watch how good I'll fake it. It's alright, alright. Tonight, tonight. You got me singing like, oh, come on, oh, it doesn't matter, oh, everybody now, oh, just don't stop, let's keep the beat pumping, keep the beat up, let's drop the beat down. It's my party, dance if I want to, we can get crazy, let it all out. Just don't stop, let's keep the beat pumping, keep the beat up, let's drop the beat down. It's my party, dance if I want to, we can